So it's a beautiful, beautiful Sunday here in Vancouver, and I thought I would finally make this video, which I've had in mind to make for quite a while now, because last year it was my most viewed video and my most commented video as well. So if you guys are interested, do stick around. It's a beautiful day in Vancouver, you guys, and about this time last year I made a video on this bag that became my most viewed and my most commented video of 2019. So I'm gonna share with you guys. So it's this video right here. Let me see about the title. So it's this one right here, the Saint Laurent video I will be sharing with you guys. The Saint Laurent Loulou medium in Nero with brush gold hardware. And that's all I really put. But anyway, so that received 21,131 views and 45 comments. And up to this day, even I think a few days ago, I would still get DMs and even comments here and DMs on my Instagram about the bag, or if I post the bag in any photo. So I've had this in mind for quite a while, and it's a beautiful Sunday. I feel inspired, so why not? So I'm not going to read all the comments, but they're similar. They're usually around this kind of vein. Love the bag and the review. I'm planning on purchasing this bag soon. You've made me decide on the medium size. I'm about to order this bag. I've been eyeing it for a while now. How is wear and tear been between this bag and your other bags? I'm 5'1", so I think I'll go with a medium. Could you please do a wear and tear review of this bag? Beautiful handbag. The gold hardware goes well with the black. Let's see more. I might purchase this bag. I don't know yet. I'm worried about the leather creasing. Thank you for sharing. I would really appreciate it if you could do a video on key points to consider when buying a luxury bag. Okay. Great video. I own the small Loulou, which is slightly smaller than the medium. Still has a beautiful chain strap. I swear the Saint Laurent leather on the big is so buttery, soft, and luxurious. Congrats on your new bag. Hi there. 2 questions. How tall are you? Would an iPad fit in this bag? I think this bag for months, and a week ago I just pulled the trigger and ordered it. I'm so excited. Please, I can't wait to receive it. I'm only 5'2" and on the thinner side. How tall are you? Hi, is it a heavy bag? So there's just a lot, you guys. I'm not going to read everything, but you get kind of the gist and the idea of what I'm going with. So I thought I would just do a review and actually share with you guys how I've gotten along with the bag and how I find the bag after having it for an entire year. I still keep it in this original bag, you guys. I keep it in my closet in this bag. I don't know. I just find that it's conducive for the kind of closet that I have now. Obviously, I still keep it in this thing. All the regular tissue packaging I kept. It is still in its regular tissue packaging. So it still smells so good. Oh my god. But after I use it, you guys, I still fill it in with all the original tissue. It's actually taken its shape, so I actually know exactly which. There's about like a couple of them in here, and I know which tissue goes where. I know that sounds stupid, but anyway, this bag is not a bag that I used on a daily basis. I'm just gonna give you guys a little background on how I've used the bag for a year. It was not like my daily work bag, for sure. For my job and for the kind of like work that I do, I don't really like using my nicer things. I just want something that's light, easy, functional. I usually use like an LV Never Fall or a Goyard, my Goyard shopping bag, and that is it. I don't really like anything that's too fuzzy because I just stuff my water bottle and some work essentials in there, and then I run out, and I'm not careful with those bags. So what did I use this bag for? I did get a lot of use with the bag though, and that would still make me answer a lot of the inquiries or questions that you guys have with regards to wear and tear and after having it for 1 year. So I had 2 major trips last year, and this was the main bag of choice. In the summer, I went to California. I was in San Francisco. I used this bag, and then in the fall, I was in Asia for an entire month. I was in Manila and I traveled to Hong Kong as well, and this is the bag that I used. So I'm gonna begin by just showing you guys slowly the bag and how it still looks after a year. I'm gonna put the link of the original video down below, and so you can compare how it looked when I first showed it to you guys. And then this is the hardware. This is how the hardware still looks. And the zipper inside, I'm gonna try to, still very good, you guys. Still very good quality of zipping. Nothing has changed. So what are my thoughts on this bag? First and foremost, visually to me, after having it for 1 year, maybe I did not use it every day, but I used it as my main bag for 2 trips, and I'm not the careful type. I mean, of course, in the beginning, I'm of course still a bit more conscious that it's brand new, so I'm still a little more careful, but after a while, it's a bag. If I'm running out the door, if I am airport trying to catch a flight, it's a bag. I can't be bothered trying to be so gentle with it, because that's what it's meant to be there for, is to be used. Although when I would ride the plane, I would never put my designer bags on the floor. I would use another, like a Longchamp. I always have an extra, like just the big La Plage Longchamp, and put my bag in there. But I did use this rigorously on my trips, and I would put, I'm the type who always brings a camera. I have my Sony vlogging camera. I'm the type who always carries a bottle of water with me, the smaller ones, like maybe 250 ml, or the small Evian or Fiji. My bottle water of choice is the small Fiji, and they fit in here, which is one of the pros. This bag fits a lot more than it looks, so that's a pro. It can be deceiving because it looks like such a prim and proper bag, but honestly, it fits a lot more than it looks. I love that the compartments it has, it allows me to really compartmentalize. There's a zipper in the middle and then another one in the back, so my passport always goes to a certain area, and I love the compartmentalization inside. I actually like it better than the Chanel, which the Chanel is something that you just, there's no compartmentalization. You just kind of dump everything inside and then you have to rummage. So those are 2 pros. Like, I really like the compartmentalization it has inside. And so it fits a lot, and the compartmentalization is absolutely amazing. Now, one of the cons that I would say is that right off the bat, even showing it to you guys here and just holding it up, the bag itself is heavy. I'm not gonna lie. The bag itself is heavy, and that's because of the chain. This brass, I believe it's brass brush, I don't know, chain it's heavy. This has nothing yet in it, but it's heavy, okay? So that's just a warning. If you are someone who can't deal with those things, or I'm not going to be bothered, or there are people that just, if it's heavy, it's a game changer, even if they like it visually or it's appealing for them. So that's one of the things I would say. If you're not into that, forget this bag. The Loulou in a medium, it's heavy right off the bat. Can you imagine? As soon as I put all my essentials in here, it is, even for me, absolutely heavy. And at sometimes during my trips, I would be so annoyed, and I'd even like, why did I buy this bag, in my head, because it would get that heavy. So if you're carrying this around for like 6 to 8 hours or even more, it gets annoying. Now, I'd never reached the point where I regret buying the bag, because it's a beautiful, beautiful bag, don't get me wrong, but it will get, and it does tend to get really heavy. So that's a con. But also in my travel, I realized that there is another pro to it, and it's the fact that it can be it can be worn two ways. It's versatile in the way I can wear it, and there's two ways that I like. So first is just your traditional, both straps over one shoulder like this, and I would have to say this is the best way I think it's meant to be worn, because the drop, you guys, is just absolutely perfect. It's not too low where it's like on your sides. It's not too high where your arm, it's like right under your arm and you look absolutely stupid. So if it's not super full, my arm can comfortably just sit on the side. And if it's more full and bulky, then I can just do it this way and just pull it in the back of my arm. But it is worn the best for me this way, and I think it's meant to be worn this way. But another way that it can be worn, which I absolutely like, is a crossbody. So if you want to do that, you can just drop one of the straps easily without removing anything, and just wear it this way. And I personally like wearing my bags crossbody when I'm traveling, when I'm running in an airport, anywhere, even when I'm like sightseeing. I like crossbody because it just makes me feel like it's hands-free. So I love that I can wear it those two ways, and they're actually functional. They're not too cumbersome. So even this way, you can wear it in front of you or to the side or even in the back, and just walk with very, very carefree way. The only thing I would say is that wearing it crossbody, even if you have this here to kind of, give you some comfort, it takes it straight on the shoulder, because as I said, it's a heavy bag on its own already, as is, without anything yet. So plus with all the things that I bring with me, it can get really, really heavy. So in terms of visually, like I showed you guys, I think it still looks amazing. The only thing that I would say is the additional ripples here on the side. Obviously it looked more perfect when I first purchased it, but other than that, back looks fine. It's really just the sides, and I like that this is a pro as well because of the way the bag was designed, and it's the architecture of the bag. Even if I stuff it, the front looks like this. It doesn't get deformed. The only deformity you'll probably notice is the sides. Like, it will get more bulky or have more ripples, but it doesn't show because no one really looks at the side. It's just the sides, but the front and the back maintain the look and the shape without being super like a constructed bag. So if you guys, one of the other casual basic functional bags that is very popular is like the Speedy, the LV Speedy, which I've had. The only problem with that is that it just there's a zero structure. Like, it's deformed. The moment you put something, whether it's too much or too little, there is no shape and no look to the bag. In the other extreme, you have something that is super constructed, like the Lady Dior, which is like a boxy, stiff thing, which can't really fit much into. This one is a beautiful, beautiful, perfect medium. Like, I can put more than what it looks like it can fit, but it doesn't look crazily deformed. It doesn't even look deformed. It still looks like well-constructed bag. So that is a major pro for me. Another pro for me with this bag is that looks-wise, in terms of what you're wearing, it's so versatile. It's something that you can wear professionally. You can wear this to work. You can wear this to a more formal event. I probably would not because of the size, but if you have no choice, it still looks good for an evening bag or a dinner. It still looks good. But at the same time, if I'm wearing jeans or I'm in my Lululemons and some APL runners, it still looks good. So I think that is one of the reasons why I absolutely love this bag and don't regret purchasing this bag. Now, in terms of, is the Loulou too big? Is it gonna be too big for me? I'm 5'3". I don't really think it's about the height, because as I showed you guys, the drop is just amazing. It's perfect for 5'3". Probably what would come into play more would be the size of the bag or the proportion of the bag to your body frame. I don't have a small body frame, so that is not an issue for me. This bag is not overwhelming at all because I'm not small. But if you were probably on the skinnier side or really petite, I would probably not recommend the medium Loulou for you. I'd probably recommend the small. Not just for size and proportion, but actually even for the weight of the bag. I mean, it just is quite heavy. So I believe that is it, you guys. I hope I've answered everyone's inquiries on the bag and how it's been for me and it's worn for me for the past year. The hardware is still pristine, you guys. And I think on occasion, as you know, I'm a coffee drinker and I'm always running around with coffee. I believe I've spilled here once or something, and I just wiped it on with my wet wipes. I usually have wet wipes with me, and it was fine. I have spilled coffee on this, and you don't even see any marks of it anywhere. So honestly, for wear and tear for me, this one is like AAA+ of all the bags that I've had and used for as much as I've used this. Like, the only wear and tear that's visual for me at this point after one whole year are maybe the ripples on the sides. That's it. But in terms of hardware, zippers, locks, this fastener, how it still looks brand new to me, and it still smells brand new to me, you guys. I just, the leather on this bag is just, it's intoxicating. It's gorgeous and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful bag. I highly recommend it. And I hope you guys found this video interesting and informative. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day or a great evening.